A ceasefire has been announced between India and Pakistan, and the party which mediated it was USA. So now the question arises is, will Pakistan stop sponsoring terrorists? Will it put the likes of Maulana Masood Azhar and Hafiz Saeed under detention in proper jail? Will it dismantle its terrorist infrastructure? Now the fact remains is, in Pahalgam 26 of our people were killed, the innocent tourists were killed, and they were killed by the terrorists who were supported by Pakistan, trained in Pakistan. And some people even say that those terrorists were trained by Pakistan Special Services. So those were SSG commandos, Pakistani commandos. They still have not been caught. And as a response, India had attacked the terrorist facilities in Pakistan. 9 of their bases were dismantled, destroyed. And after that, this confrontation took place. We all know the blackouts, the attacks by Pakistani drones in India, and our response to Pakistan destroying their air bases, their facilities, their their radar facilities were entirely destroyed by India. Now, India has inflicted costs on Pakistan. They are saying they've downed our Rafale, but fact remains we have inflicted costs on Pakistan, and the cost we have inflicted on Pakistan, it being a country which is on meager sources of income, it doesn't have much income. It depends on foreign donors to run its country. We have reserves of $680 billion. On the other side, Pakistan is begging for $1 billion in the entire world. It is taking a begging bowl in front of every country, every donor which can give it money. So, can it sustain these losses which it has incurred in this conflict? Will it deter Pakistan to not engage in these activities in coming future? Now, that's a $1 million question, as I've already said. And what I believe regarding this question is, Pakistan is an ideological state, and its ideology is anti Hindu, anti India. And the very basis for the creation of Pakistan was this only, that they said that we are different from Hindus, as General Asim Munir has also said in his previous statement, that we are different from Hindus in every aspect, we are superior to them. Our culture, our practices, our eating habits, everything is different from the Hindus. So that is the very reason for the creation of Pakistan, and that is the very reason that they are supporting the terrorists. They want to bleed India out with 1,000 cuts. That's been their stated policy, as we all know. So the cost they have incurred in this confrontation, in their religious theory, these costs are very less. They are nothing. For an average Pakistani, they have to wage jihad against India. Pakistani army is bred in such a way that they want to wage jihad in India against the infidels, that's Hindus, and they want to convert India into a Muslim country. So they want to convert, either eliminate the Hindus, entire Indian population, which is Hindu, they want to eliminate them, or they want to convert the Hindus into Muslims. For that this purpose, they are willing to give up anything. And if they have incurred losses in this confrontation, for them this cost is very less. They know that in future, if a Pakistan-based terrorist will attack India, and India will consider it an act of war, India will respond back. Then Pakistan will also respond back, and when Pakistan will respond back, the losses they will surely incur. The losses will be huge for them, but in their religious ideals which they are following, which they interpret in their way, the costs are nothing as compared to the what they are propagating. For propagation of Islam in their eyes, this cost is too little. And the fact remains, we taught Pakistan a lesson, but Pakistan has nukes, and in hiding behind nukes and threatening India with nukes, and telling world over that we have nukes and our options are open, they very well knew that this confrontation will not escalate to an extent that they will be pulled down. So they know that if a confrontation occurs, some fires will come from this side. They will also respond in kind, and then the international powers will come in between and broker a ceasefire, because Pakistan is too big and a nuclear state. It's too big to fall, and it's a nuclear state. As we very well know, if Pakistan, God forbid, detonates a nuclear bomb, 12 crore people will die instantly. And after that, when a nuclear winter will come, and a 2 billion population of the world will perish. That's what the world fears. And that has become a blackmail formula for these Pakistanis. They blackmail the world, they blackmail India. And India too takes its precautions. It doesn't escalate these tensions to such heights that Pakistan is forced to go to this option. Pakistan's strength is its strategic location, and secondly, its nukes. In 1947, and talking about strategic location, let's come to the strategic location point. In 1947, when the British were going around from India, they created two dominions, India and Pakistan. Pakistan from thousands of years, today's Pakistan from thousands of years was a part of India. Everything, see, Punjabis were on this side, Punjabis were on that side. There were people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, there were people from Sindh, and then they snatched parts of Kashmir, Gilgit Baltistan in 1947 from the state of Jammu Kashmir, which had actually acceded to India. Now, in October 1947, when Maharaja of Kashmir Hari Singh signed instrument of accession with India, at that point of time, Jammu Kashmir, you see, was a huge state. Now, the northernmost parts of Jammu Kashmir, as we today also see on the map, are Gilgit Baltistan, Hunza, which are under the control of Pakistan today. And parts of Kashmir have also been gifted by Pakistan to China. So those topmost parts, those Gilgit Baltistan parts, remember, British generals were commanding Indian armies at that time, and they were commanding the Pakistan army also at that time. And the person who was in charge of Gilgit Baltistan agency was Major William Brown of the Gilgit Scouts. So when he heard the news that Maharaja of Kashmir Hari Singh has signed instrument of accession with India, he revolted, and they killed all the Sikh soldiers who were the part of the Dogra army at that time stationed at Gilgit Baltistan. And Brigadier Ghasiara Singh, who was the commander of Dogra forces, he was imprisoned, and they raised the Pakistani flag around there. Just think, why does this occur? This occurred because those areas have strategic importance. When you see Gilgit Baltistan, up above there, after Gilgit Baltistan, there is a small strip of Afghan territory. That's Wakhan corridor. And after Wakhan corridor, what comes is Turkmenistan. And Turkmenistan at that point of time was a part of Soviet Union. British feared that Nehru firmly believed in socialist ideals. And if a land route is established between India and Soviet Union, India will naturally come under the sphere of influence of USSR, which would not be good for the capitalistic world. So, thus, this is the very reason they made Pakistan as a buffer nation, because they wanted that they should have a footprint in South Asia. Even after India gets independence, the historical India gets independence, they carved Pakistan out of it so that they could still have a foothold in the South Asian region. And Pakistan very happily agreed to their ideals. It became a frontline state for these capitalist powers, the West. It joined various alliances led by USA. And that is its importance, its strategic location. After that, it joined USA in its war in Afghanistan against USSR. And after pulling off USSR from Afghanistan, these terrorist organizations had they were let loose, and they started creating problems in the entire world. And for Pakistan today, it has nukes, it has these terrorists, and these two things are their strategic assets. With terrorists, they try to create nuisance all over the world, especially in India. With nukes, they threaten India and the world that if you don't agree to our plans, our ideas, and if India hits us hard, we will use nukes. So it has become a kind of blackmail for the entire world. And going ahead, I know this thing will reoccur. Kashmir issue will never be resolved till Pakistan has nukes. And Pakistan, in the light of its religious fundamentalism, religious duty of jihad, will continue to wage the small scale war of through terrorists against India. It will be continue to be a source of continuous pain in our head, and it will continue to wage send these terrorists into Indian territories. Though we may start attack Pakistan again, we may cause pain to it. It will be forced to pay costs in human lives and infrastructure. But this, let us remember, Pakistan is a country which does not care about development. It does not care about raising standards of living of its people. So, in the light of Islam, which they adhere, the way they interpret Islam, the cost which India inflicts on them will be very less to what their religious duty is. Their religious duty is to inflict, to wage jihad against the infidels, that's Hindus. Their religious duty is to make entire India Muslim or to kill us. In that light, it will continue to be a pain in our head, and we have to bear with it. So, what our government needs to do is takes action in the international arena, give Pakistan some economic benefits through international players, so that it comes out of this mentality and starts working for the betterment of its people, which it has never done. So, friends, that was all from me for today. My name is Abat Mahajan. I hope you liked my video. I request of all of you to kindly like and subscribe my share and share my YouTube channel, Layman History and Geopolitics. Namaskar and Vanakkam to all of you. Thank you.